By having the legs straight, you'll have to break them to get them back into the ice chest, unless you have a long ice chest. After you've plucked them, they're still warm. They're still pretty warm. You can feel it on him. He's still pretty warm. Now you got to get rid of the entrails. And turkeys have one opening, and what you want to make sure is you don't get anything on the outside or inside that digestive system into your bird. Okay, that's where you're going to get cross-contamination, and that's where you're going to ruin your meat. All right, you want to make sure you cut everything out whole, and that way you don't lose any entrails inside the body, and that way it all comes out as one piece, and everything stays clean. All right, so I started a nick around the outside, and just to get into the abdominal cavity, and then this is where a sharp knife comes in handy, and you just slowly work your way around and cutting in just to the membrane. And if you all can come up and take a look, I'll show you the membrane that I'm cutting, that I'm trying not to puncture. That's the viscera, right around the anus. That's the viscera, and inside there is where all the digestive stuff is. You can see yeah, you got a mess. There's a little bit of gas in there, as you can tell. Can you give me a paper towel, Dennis?
Similar to a deer?
Maybe. Huh?
Similar to a deer when you're...
Similar to a deer. You want to do the same thing. Okay? So you just take your time. In a wild bird, it's going to be pellets. A domestic bird, I don't know what they feed them. So this is a domesticated, so you just work your way all the way around, and you want to pull it out rather than pulling it in. And just slowly cut. As you can see, it just slowly comes out. Get that paper towel, and I'll show you why I get a paper towel. Here, you don't want to go fast. You want to take your time. You can start to see I'm starting to cut the viscera and the inside, and I'm just cutting along the backbone. Yeah, just give me a little piece about like that, a little tiny piece. And what this is good for, another trick, perfect, that it sticks to the wet skin, and now you can pull it. So now you have something to pull on, okay? This is a pretty fatty bird. And you go all the way around. And it does get stinky.
True. You didn't tell him about the hemostat?
I forgot my hemostat, but yeah.
It's good. Sometimes you can go in with a hemostat, close it right up, the sphincter, and then make sure you cut it on properly, and then you've got it closed off and it doesn't come out the intestinal tract. And then you're good. It works great. You just don't want to, as you reach in, nick your intestine as you go in. What's that?
You get the curved one.
I've gone either way. It doesn't matter. I have straight
Yeah.
one time too.
I'm almost done. I like to try to keep it pointed outward in case there's any gas, which they will have. That way any liquid or anything falls on the outside of the bird, keeps your bird clean. It's got another muscle to cut right here. Basically, I'm just cutting the sphincter off completely around, and that's about all you need your knife for. This is a very fatty bird. There's a lot of fat in there, which is nice healthy bird. And then this is where it starts. But see how it wants to contract? All those muscles are going to start to contract. So you want to hold it, and then you start reaching in and start using your finger to start separating the stuff. And that's where you don't want to get it. See how it comes out? So now it's not going, you don't want that in your bird.
Is that blood?
No.
Everything else.
Can I add another? Yeah. It's starting to get a little slippery.
So you wouldn't just cut the body cavity open and lift all the...
Well, I'm trying to show you how to do it to preserve it for Thanksgiving. That's what I'm trying to do. Because most of you guys probably want a Thanksgiving bird. So this way the bird stays clean. Now I have that away. There's a bone here that you can break back, okay, along here. But now you know you're not going to cut the entrails. So I break that open, so now I have full access to the inside. Okay, kind of like your chicken dinner. I mean, here's the keel. That's where you stuff the bird. Okay, so now you just work your way all the way around, and slowly. If you look here, there's blood vessels. You try not to cut the blood vessels by just reaching in, and you can start separating viscera, and everything starts coming out. Give me a second, dude.
Sure does keep messy.
Yep, you did. And it tore. So if it tears, there's one option. You have to lay him down now. So if you're up in this position, you're gonna lay him down so that it pours out. No, I just want to get it drained out.
Okay.
So now you got to let it drain out. That's what I was hoping not to do. But that's its poo. So now you got to cut it, make it a little bigger opening because my hands are not that small, so that you can get in there and you want to stuff your bird like most people do. You just reach in, start pulling everything out.
Small hands are good.